Hey guys, it's Lexx Marie Intuitive Healing here. It's been a few weeks since I decided to post a video, but I thought this would be a neat thing that people will feel like they're a part in this. So I tried to do something that would give you more of an experience like you're there with me. So hopefully that's what it does for you guys. I will say that whenever I first was intrigued into reading this case, it was actually, I think it was about 2016. I was working close to Andrea Yates' home where the murders happened. I wasn't even thinking about it. Honestly, when I started working in Clear Lake, I had no idea that I even was around there or even thought that, the house was closed. But I kept on getting like these, it's like when someone's poking at you, making you want to know more about something. And I kept on getting, I was reading Andrea Yates, and I was like, why does she keep on coming in my mind, and why do I keep getting things from her and from what happened? And finally, I was like, let me just look, because I knew that it happened in Clear Lake, so I was like, let me just look it up and see where it's at. And then whenever I did, it was only a few minutes away. So I was like, okay, that makes sense to me as to why that energy's pulling me there. But it wasn't anything harsh or deep or dark at all. It was very light. One thing that really stuck to me about this case, and this happened after I went to the house and read there on site, it gave me a big wave of sadness, because a lot of the times when people go to a site where a murder happened, of course it's a lot of energy, a lot of different feelings going on. But I did not feel 1 ounce of darkness in that home or anywhere around it. And I was almost wondering why, But then when I read all of the children and Andrea, I knew that her intention.
What was your intent? What were you about to do?
Drown the children.
I know that it sounds horrible for anybody to say that her intention wasn't dark when she did these things. And it almost doesn't even make sense, because you do need some type of darkness to do something so dark to people, children, all at once. Very dark. But her intention and in her mind, she had a whole nother reason why she did what she did. And I'm not excusing her at all for what she did or what she was thinking, because we all know she is mentally ill. But I'm not excusing her for her behavior. I'm just saying that she had love in her heart for her kids, and it just got warped because she's mentally ill. So the way that she showed her love was wrong. But in her mind, she felt like there was a reason why she had to do what she had to do. Anyway, but it did make me so sad, because at the home when I was there, I couldn't help but to, have some tears and just let it out. So maybe I'm thinking, maybe when I get older and I'm a little bit more wise and, get some more experience under my belt, that I won't feel the need to cry to express it out, because I don't want to feel like I'm being pitied when I cry in front of people, especially when I'm reading, because that's not it. I cry, it's like a release, and I have to let it pass, and then I can continue. But I felt a wave of sadness because I felt so much love in the home. And I felt so much love that she had for her kids and how they had to her. And it made me so sad that it ended this way. Okay, so I'll go ahead and start with the messages that I received while I was there on site. The things that I received, I started getting childlike pictures and things, and that's usually what happens whenever I'm trying to contact a child. I'll get a lot of things in kind of to connect me to them and know what toys they liked and what things they thought were cool. I know, Oliver, it's so boring watching me. Pets. So, I'll go ahead and start with the first few things I received, and then it kind of goes off, not in order at that point, but, so I received an image of toys, but the toys were scattered. It looked like it was in the house, that was the scene after, maybe when the cops showed up and stuff. That would be the scene that they saw. It was looked like boys lived there, nothing but boys, and that's what it was, nothing but boys. So you see toys all over the floor and just, a mess that boys make. And that was the morning of the crime. So they also showed me Andrea's eyes, while this was happening, it's almost like they were like glazed over and she wasn't there. Like looking in her eyes were just dead. And that was an image that I seen, and I can't get it out of my head of like if I was the child, that perspective of me looking up at my mom and seeing nothing. And it's scary. In my mind, eyes wide, like a deer in headlights, just grabbing them. When connecting, they are holding hands. So when I did connect with them, they were all holding hands at once. So that just shows me right there that they are with each other in the afterlife. They are there to enjoy each other's presence and just be there with each other. And they are their safest place is with each other. And when I seen Mary, which is I want to say like 8-9 months, I'm not sure. She was a little older. She was like a toddler. So she was able to play with her brothers and things in the afterlife. They say mom is very sad and it's okay to her. So they wanted to say that it's okay to their mom for the things that happened, and they don't blame her for the way that she was thinking. Because they do know and understand that she is mentally ill. They want to say, it's okay, Mom, and they love her and they are sad for her because they don't want her to feel the way she's feeling. They're not resentful. And they're okay with Dad moving on. They are okay, and we're okay with Dad moving on. Not to say that he's over the death of his children or anything that happened, not to say that at all, but just to say, having a new wife and children and doing these things that you're supposed to do in life, they're okay with that. And I heard the word daddy as in like, where are you type, where are you, where were you? But again, not in a resentful manner. They may have said that before their death as well, kind of like calling out to their dad. And I'm not, if anybody happens to see this, that's a family member, I'm not trying to make anybody sad or feel upset at all. That's not my intention. I'm just saying what I received and how I read that, okay? So don't take my words as in me saying like that they blame him for something or anything like that. That's not my intention. But they did say daddy, as in they were looking for him and wondering where he was at the time. They understand everything. So if anybody's listening that's a family member, please don't feel like they don't accept what happened and that they haven't moved on at all, because that is not the intention. They are in the afterlife, they are very mature and they understand a lot more. They understand everything actually that happened. So we can move past that part. I felt while I was there anger from either side or both sides of the family of the Yates. And children wanted to say that should come to an end now, pretty much. Those feelings and that anger of what happened, or just that you're not letting yourself move forward and it's not healthy. And so they want to let everybody know that, just to kind of be at peace with how things are now, and know that they are okay and they are loved where they are and they are happy and they are children and they still have that childlike soul and heart. They weren't tainted by this in the afterlife. There's nothing that they're like, they can't rest at all. That's not it at all. I felt so much love from them. I literally felt like nothing but kids were around me, just hugging me. It was so loving. Mary said, which is the only female of the Andrea Yates children, she said that she reminds herself of her mom and she keeps her close still. So that's all that I received while I was there. I kind of had to stop because I really felt just sad. Something was so good for a long time. Something was very good and very pure, and then it just gets shattered. Something just happens. Life happens. But it's like that sadness of the process of grief. You have to let that moment pass, and that's what I felt like there. So that was more towards the end of the messages that I received while I was at the house. So I'll just go ahead and start with the things that I received when I was actually at home after I left. It kind of got a little bit emotional. I felt a lot of love, but it was like sad because of the way things happened. So that was kind of clouding my reading at the time, so I kind of just put it to a halt and went ahead and finished whenever I was home. When I was there, I did get some leaves and things that were from there, which I did ask Mother Nature for, so don't kill me. I did receive an image of all of them playing together, so that did validate my message of them holding hands and just being with each other in the afterlife. Something along the lines of give mommy flowers. So it was like they were saying to give her something to make her feel nice, like flowers would make her feel really nice. And it would be awesome if I could actually go there and visit her. I would do that and give her that from them. I did feel, and this was also when I was there, I did feel like Andrea was alienated and rejected when all this happened, and it made me feel sad for her. Because I did feel around that time the energy and how she felt, and she felt rejected and alone. And that's what I felt while I was at the house as well, very alone and rejected. I did get that one of them almost snapped her out of the state she was in before she made the call to 911. Makes me believe that it may have been the oldest who remained in the tub while the rest of them were laying down on the bed. And how she had placed them before the cops arrived. Like, he said something or did something to make her and she realized what happened. And then a little while after that, she made the call. Talking about mom needing more visits, so they were like, mommy needs to be visited more, not to feel so alone, and that was a big thing for them. This was, I feel like it was the oldest or the second to oldest that said, tell dad that I'm a good man. So it made me think that maybe Mr. Yates is thinking, or was thinking, what kind of men they would be, what they would be like if they were older. And they are a little older in the afterlife, just more mature as well. And just wanted to say, I am a good man. One of the oldest, he will know. So Mr. Yates will know who I'm talking about and who said this. The last message I received, I didn't go any further. I wanted to keep it on a really light note with the children, just like be on that level with them and just enjoy their company rather than talking about all the dark stuff. I do feel like this was one of the oldest as well, that he said dad did more healing, but later, towards the, maybe even towards the recent past, that he's finally started to heal in more healthy ways. And they're happy for him and hope he heals more every day. And I said to try something small to honor them. And this could go to him, this could go to their father, this could go to the family, this could go to us, anybody who loves and cares for them, because this was such a wide, nationwide case that everybody knows about and everybody connected to them in some way. So we should do something small to honor them and just keep their memory alive, keep their energy alive, because they're very much here still. When I went to the Yates home, it was occupied and there was a dog there, but the dog didn't even come out to the front of the gate where we could see him until I said all 5 of the kids' names.
Hi everybody, this is LEXXMARIE Intuitive Healing, and today I am at Andrea Yates' old house where she drowned her 5 kids, John, Noah, Luke, Paul, and Mary. Trying to kind of chime in. So for now, I'm just going to stick around the area in the front. And if we can get closer at all, then we're going to do that to show you guys anything. But this is the house right now. A lot of bushes, it's covering a lot of the front of the house. And in the backyard as well is completely full with bushes and trees and things. So there's not much to see on the outside. But I'm going to go ahead and try to read anyway, try to see what messages I receive. I almost can kind of feel stuff coming in already, things that I would receive from children to kind of start the session. So I'm feeling good about it. So I'm going to go ahead and start and see what happens.
So I thought that was a little funny. I do have empathy for her. And I know some people will feel like, how could you do this? And that is absolutely true. It's an unimaginable act. And I'm not excusing her behavior, but she is mentally ill. And I can understand that feeling of being alone and feel like no one really understands you. And then just imagine, even though it was your doing, your kids are gone. All 5 of your children that you loved with your whole heart are gone. I could feel that. So, she's not in the right state, and she wasn't in the right state, so I have empathy for her. And I'm not here to talk bad about anybody and say that maybe Mr. Yates, the way he was healing was wrong. Not that at all. What I'm saying is now, maybe he notices what he's done in the past, tried to heal, and it didn't work out, so he's doing more organic things, more healthy things for him. And so I just want to acknowledge that, and if he's watching, just let him know that that he's doing the right thing, and just continue on and doing what you're doing, and just make sure to do something small to honor them, because they want that. Just take more time out to do so, or just do other little things, just to let her know that she's not alone. Or if anybody's watching this that does have contact with her, just remember that. A lot more stuff in the works, but this is only a part of it, so I'm glad you guys are here to have that experience with me, and I wanted to put more things in this video to have you feel like you're there with me, so that's what I'm going to continue to do. Thank you guys for watching, and you'll see me soon.
This woman has her shit together. got what I need. Say he's just a friend. Hey, say he's just a friend.
Got it.
Sick.
I asked Mother Nature for these first, so don't crucify me online.